remain to finish the fourth. A long ways to go with this Jubilee.
My Carnage welder is my go-to welder. You want to see how easy it is to get to?
Yeah.
All right, let's do this.
We've got the fastest deployable welder. A Carnage welder is a wire feed welder. It's basically batteries and everything inside of a box. It's quick deployment. Just take out the case, open it up, turn it on, and you're ready to start welding. No pulling batteries or getting cables out. It's literally 30 seconds and you're up and ready to weld.
It's very user-friendly, awesome penetration on the welds. The first weekend I was out with it, I had to use it, and it's the only reason I was able to complete the second course in my competition.
If you're ranching and farming, you have to have a Carnage welder in your tool bag.
If you're a hunter and you're off the grid, the Carnage welder is going to be a necessary tool.
You break, let's fix it. 10 minutes later, let's get back on the trail and let's try whatever you broke it on again.
I'm able to utilize that in so many different aspects of my life.
I always carry a Carnage welder as a part of my off-road gear.
Pack it wherever you need to, flip a switch, hook up a ground, and start welding. It's that simple.
We've chased checkered flags through dust, rocks, mud, and worse. We've crowned champions, racked up wins in places where tires go to die. And we're still just getting started. From hammering at hammers to Baja bangers. If it's brutal, beautiful, or just plain ridiculous, we're there. So whether you're bombing through the desert or just dodging potholes in rush hour, tread victoriously with Maxxis tires, built for whatever you're chasing.
We are here at the WERock rock crawling competition. Non-stop 4x4 action here. If you guys have never been, you need to get out here. My name is Jake Good and I run WERock events. It is World Extreme Rock Crawling. It's a championship series that travels the entire country, bringing out the best technical off-roaders in the United States. So our goal with our competitions is to bring the rock crawling to the public. The great part is having these young kids out here working with their dads, uncles, moms even, working to create that team and that bond as they battle through these WERock courses through the weekend. You're gonna smell that rubber. You're gonna hear people yelling back and forth as time runs out. You can smell the fumes coming out of the car, the dust that's being kicked up. It is a full immersive experience.
All that's
I'm
muted.
ready.
Unmuted. All right. I believe we are ready to go.
I got a red light over here, so it looks like we are on. All right, welcome to another WERock Wednesday. This will actually be our last live for the year, so we thought we would send things off with a very special guest tonight. But before that, I would like to thank LaserNut for all of for providing tonight's coverage.
Yeah.
For all your laser cutting, forming, and welding needs, make sure you send them an email at info@lasernut.com. Maxxis tires, whether for work or for play, tread victoriously with Maxxis tires. Metal Cloak suspension, Brannick Motorsports, Behemoth drivetrain, Carnage welders, Crown Automotive,
Spider Tracks Off-Road, Raceline Wheels, Drive Shaft Specialist of San Antonio, Tire Right, and Axle Helmets.
All right. Well, we don't, we're in the holiday season right now. If you guys are watching and you have not bought your significant other their gift, just to let you know, it's a week away. So it's probably getting time where you might want to start shopping. If you need some WERock swag, hit us up. We can get that out too.
Is I mean, a great maybe Christmas gift or any gift is the 2026 coming up.
Yeah, for sure. We will have the membership, the pro membership, will be on sale here in after the first of the year. We'll get that opened up, so anyone that is interested in the pro membership, and hopefully we will have some good news to announce on the pro series as well coming up here in a few short weeks. So we're super excited. Been working on a ton of things behind the scenes, and we are super pumped for the 2026 season. But we will talk more about that in 2026.
In 2026.
So, all right. Well, let's get into tonight's special guest. Joining us for the first time in the Laser Nut studio here in the Annex in Kansas City. We have Cody Waggoner with Laser Nut. So we'll get Cody pulled up here. And Cody, welcome to WERock Wednesday.
Yeah, thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
First of all, I want to say a huge shout out. Thank you so much for all that you do. I mean, not only for us with all the trophies and the amazing behind the scenes work that you do to make our event so awesome, but you do it for many different groups, providing amazing trophies and things for all kinds of other off-road racing series too. So thank you so much for supporting the off-road community as much as you do.
Yeah, you're welcome. You know, we really don't have any salespeople and stuff, so I had to figure out a way to get our name out. And hell, it'd be cool if people got trophies and that would. And I wanted to do something a little different than just a standard trophy, so we've changed them here and there, and as you guys have changed them over the years also. So we now provide trophies for your organization, Score International Off-Road, which is really cool because there's a lot of cool people that race that race, and also for the Hammer King of the Hammers.
Yep. Well, I know that you not only make some of the most kick-ass trophies in all of motorsports, but you make all kinds of amazing metal, anything from sculptures to production line. Tell us a little bit about what you do with the company there.
Yeah, well, Laser Nut has been in business since 1984. My dad started the company. I won't go into all the gist of how I got into it and all that, but we're pretty much we're based in Southern California. We're 60 employees. We have two 10,000 watt lasers, 12 press brakes, robotic welders. We also do manual welding, TIG and MIG, finish sanding, and we actually just opened up at our second facility, which we call it the race shop, but now we do assembly and packaging. So we do a complete one-stop shop type thing. So a lot of people, if they're probably like, oh, wow, they're big or whatnot, but we also do one part to thousands of parts. So it can be small runs, big runs, you name it. We do everything. We're pretty much, we're a job shop. So we'll do anything, everything, and, make cool parts.
Yeah. James does a phenomenal job working with us on getting the trophies, laser cut, and then they get sent out and they're anodized, and then you come back and then you laser etch them. I mean, it's a huge process to go through all of those components, and especially the number of trophies that we go through in a season. And so he's an amazing guy to work with. So even if you've got a paper sketch or a napkin sketch or whatever it is, I know that he can, turn that into something that can be produced, through you guys as well. So he's absolutely a great resource.
Yeah, and a lot of the trophies we've been doing cutting out the aluminum, bending it, sending it out for anodize, which actually is not an in-house process. It goes out, then it comes back, and then we laser etch it. But I'm actually looking into a UV printer, which would get rid of the anodizing, and pretty much you can print anything on metal to make, so I think that might be something in the future to add to the trophies.
Yeah, that's going to be cool. This year we did a couple of special edition trophies, Grand Nationals. This was our 20th year
Dayton, Tennessee.
at Dayton, Tennessee.
Yep.
And then, of course, at Trail Hero with the 10th anniversary there as well. We took those trophies and did a super cool just vinyl wrap on it. So, yeah, we love trying to come up with something new and exciting to entice these teams to
well,
give
and
it their all.
A couple years ago, there's only a few people that get them. The Brannick National Championship Series trophy, which you did a super cool 3D, trophy that it's so cool, and especially for the teams that get to have them.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So we got Steve Milano, of course, Brassanini's on, Eric is on, and Maverick. So one of the things, that I was going to bring up is to get the backstory on your history with Laser Nut. One of the good resources is the Conversations with Big Rich. Listen to your podcast on that, and that's got a lot of good information. So I will look up what episode that is and see if I can post a link for that in the comments here, because that's it's definitely just an amazing effort of building that company that you guys have done out there. So that's a great way to learn all about it through Conversations with Big Rich. So all right, so one of the questions I had for you is, what was your first competitive rock crawling event?
First competitive rock crawling event was back in 2001. We went to Las Cruces, New Mexico to a pro rock event, and my dad spotted me, and that was the first one. We took the mighty CJ5 1971 83-inch wheelbase, 35-inch tires, Dana 44 in the rear, front, Detroit lockers, SM420 transmission, blah blah blah. A really cool little Jeep. And we competed against a bunch of people. I remember one of the things that stuck in my head is I told my dad, I'm like, Dad, just don't hit any cones. If you hit a cone, it's points against us. And sure enough, first course, he runs up on the rock and he literally kicks the cone. So I start yelling at him and he starts yelling at me. And my dad and I are like oil and vinegar. I mean, we just clash. So over the years, we were fun to watch, as we were told, but we wanted to win. I wanted to win. If you win, driving home is much better than losing and trying to figure out why you didn't win. That was a cool event. I guess what was so cool about it, we didn't win that event. We got second place. Josham and Brian from Twisted Customs, they won that event. But another thing I remember is we beat Frank Curry of Curry Enterprises. He got third place. So that was like, man, we might be pretty good at this, and that's what started it all.
Yeah, that's exactly what happens. It gets you get hooked on it. You do well, and next thing you know, you're hooked for the rest of your life.
Yeah, shit. I've been hooked. I've been hooked. I'm kind of unhooked at the moment, and I somehow need to get rehooked again. So we'll see where that goes.
Yeah. So the rig that you just put back together and been out wheeling, is that the original rig that you had when you started competing, or is that from later in the year?
That is the original rig. I bought that rig when I was 18 years old. Just started working at my dad's company, Industrial Process Equipment, and sold my reliable 1988 Toyota truck and bought this piece of shit Jeep. And it was a 90-mile drive to work. It wasn't even reliable to drive to work. So I saved up enough money to buy another Toyota truck. And we were able to put that in the garage and work on it and modify it. And that was 94. Yeah, 94. Oh my God, 31 years ago. And fell in love with off-roading. And not too long after, started competing in 2001. But yeah, I would have sold it. But my wife, or my girlfriend at the time, wife now, said, Cody, no, you're not selling it. So I kept it, and then we cleaned it all up to what it is today. And yeah, we took it out the hammers and did turkey claw, and or I did, and it was definitely a throwback. There's no suspension. There's a clutch, and there's an odd fire engine that barely runs. So it was cool, but I haven't pulled it back out since.
Well, I mean, you're actually known for turning out the top of the line, most cutting edge vehicles that WERock has ever had. And then to go back into a vehicle from 1994, I mean, that's there's a huge gap in technology between moonshine and your current cars versus that old Jeep.
Yeah, it's definitely progression or innovation or whatever you want to call it. I'm all about that. Just I love that kind of stuff and new technology, and it was definitely. I mean, even now, if I want to go drive the thing won't start, so now I got to spray carb cleaner in it to get the start, and it's just so weird because I haven't had to deal with that for a number of years.
Right. But that's what we had to do when we started wheeling, was
Yeah,
all of that stuff. I mean, it was and
but
honestly,
like brakes,
we were
there's no brakes.
Yeah.
It's drum brakes. There's no disc brakes. It does not stop. But back then, you didn't know any better. I mean,
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah. So the vehicles, well, actually we were looking, we saw some old footage, I want to say early 2000s, mid 2000s, from Cedar City. And we're running the same obstacles there. The cars and the technology is so different, and the gate placement is too. But I mean, that was hardcore rock crawling early on. Like it took everything you had to throw it at an obstacle to try and accomplish it. So how do you feel rock crawling, competitive rock crawling, from back then has changed to what it is now?
wow, that's a loaded question. I mean, the way it was back when I was competing in early 2000s is just be consistent. Finish every course, stack the rocks. I mean, we would stack. We are road stackers. I mean, you had to stack and stack and stack because you only had the Jeep could only do so much. Even when I bought the moon buggy and moved up to Unlimited in 2006, it was still keeping your vehicle together. Don't break any parts. Finish every course and be as consistent as possible. There was one time I did the put up or shut up in that little yellow Jeep, and I don't know what I got. I think it was like third place, and I was going against all these Unlimited cars, and I was just doing what I knew I could do. To answer your question, on what was the question again?
What I don't know, just how do you think it's changed?
It's changed. Okay, yeah. So what I think has changed, and it's changed, I'd say, in the last 3 to 5 years. And again, I don't compete anymore. I'm just watching from the outside, and you guys do great coverage on, seeing what's going on the East Coast, West Coast, and whatnot. It used to be old guys. It used to be older people. I was a young buck. I was in my 20s, and now we got 12-year-olds like Coulter Brassanini and Sawyer and Sawyer. Sorry, I'm probably said it wrong. God damn it. Hopefully Michael doesn't yell at me. But I mean, you got all these young kids that have RC cars and video games and live, eat, and breathe this. They go wheeling every day. I mean, it's second nature. It's amazing to watch. There's no thinking about when to use rear steer. They're using the rear steer like it's part of their body. And there's no fear. That's the other part.
Yeah.
I mean, I've rolled off 30-foot walls and cliffs, forwards, backwards, sideways, and there's a part of me that's like, yeah, I have a family now. I really don't want to get hurt. is it really worth that? I mean, I did hurt my neck years ago from rolling off a 30-foot man-made wall, and I'm old and I'm fragile. I don't heal like I used to. But I think it has to. I think the age thing is a huge game changer, with the parents of the kids teaching them, and them wanting to be a part of going to compete and whatnot. Like Craig Allen, him and his son. I mean, that is so cool to see those two go and do that. Same with the Brastaninis and the Dickies, and I'm sure I'm leaving out a number of other people. But it's pretty neat. It's pretty neat that's where it's going, and actually to compete against those guys, especially in like trail breaker stuff, it's pretty hard to win against them. I mean, they're really good, and it's just natural to them.
Yeah, what like you and I, we didn't get into wheeling until we were in our 20s, and we started with mine was an early Bronco, yours was a CJ5. I mean, it was archaic. These kids now, Caleb, we started wheeling with him at 4 months. He started driving at 7 or 8, and started in a buggy. We didn't have that kind of technology. Nobody had even dreamt any of that stuff up back when we started wheeling, and so these guys have all of our experience that they're starting out with, and it's impressive.
Yeah, it's really cool to see, and I hope it helps grow the sport with the younger generation wanting to go out and do it. Obviously it takes funds to do it and time, and but yeah, I hope hope that's where it heads.
Yeah, we asked Brett Dickey when we had him on, was like, well, what do you do outside of wheeling? And he just stared at us. I was like, cool. I mean, I get that, but I just
why do anything else?
Right.
Yeah, makes sense to me. But yeah, speaking of the younger generation driving, you had built your latest moon buggy that you had was Moonshine, and yeah, it was it came out as cutting edge car, everything that you could have in it, like it had it. And you came out and competed in it, and then kind of tell me the story of what ended up happening with Moonshine, where it went, and with that.
Yeah, well, Moonshine took a few years to build. We actually built it in house, which we've never done before. We always, I mean, the Pretty Penny was built by Jesse Haynes, who did a great job, and then we fine tuned it to how we wanted it and stuff. So Moonshine was an in-house built, and it took about three or 4 years. Rodney Stowey did an amazing job on it, and I've always been about blinging things out. So we took our time polishing the engine, the transfer case, all the stuff, and making it really bitchin', and then the adjustable shocks and all the latest technology. The only thing it doesn't have is that Max Trax thing, which that's a game changer also. I mean, every rock crawler should have one of those in it. But yeah, we got her done, and then it's like, okay, Randall, let's go to Cedar City and see how we do. And we did terrible. It was a rainy, cold weekend, I believe, and we failed miserably to the point that the second day I didn't even come back. And I just, for myself, and I don't, I've been doing it for 32 years, and I've climbed over a lot of rocks, and I've done a lot of rock crawling, and it just doesn't blow my skirt up like it used to. And I'm just kind of in a, whatever you want to call it, in a rut or ditch or whatnot. I was actually contemplating buying one of those G-Specs the other day, and yeah, I don't know if that's the vehicle. It's a really cool vehicle. It does really well. In Johnson Valley, so much it works good, but it might have some. I have some concerns in Johnson Valley. Again, I got to be careful what I say. So I don't want to piss anyone off. But it's really low. It's a low buggy, and it seems like it hangs up on a lot of rocks because of the longer wheelbase and wider and whatnot. But that's a cool rig. I was actually, like I said, thinking of buying one of those. But yeah. But back to Moonshine, we left that event, and then I can go to that trail breaker thing because I won in Japan, which I had to freaking go to Japan to actually win an event because I couldn't win it here. I got a lot of second places, but I'm just not fast enough to win it over here.
That makes
So
sense why you and
anyways,
Craig get along.
yeah. Craig went over there too and won that. So I took it there and the shocks weren't working properly. And I failed there on the first course and I was done there. And I just, at that point was kind of done. I just kind of done. So we, Brassanini, Coulter, has been driving it ever since. We were sponsoring him. We still are sponsoring him, but we're letting him use the buggy and he did amazing. This last year, he won the nationals from what I understand. Which I should probably know, but I don't retain any of that information.
Yeah.
But yeah, he kicked ass last year.
Yep.
And actually he Michael did purchase it. So he owns Moonshine now and like I said, that kid has every buggy. If he wants to go drive a red dot tomorrow, he can. He can go drive a Halsey, he can go drive an Ironman, he can go drive a Moonshine. I mean,
yeah.
I mean, the kid's good, and there's a reason why he's so good.
Yeah.
Well, like you said, he's one of those kids that he'll get off of course, get done, get out of the car, and he'll come over and jump in the simulator, or he's driving the RC car, or I mean, he lives and breathes it. So.
I mean, his dad pushes him, hey, let's go wheeling. And he knows, like, no, I'm good, Dad. I'm going to stay back and play, hang out. I'm like, no, we're going wheeling. It's like okay, off they go. And I followed him, actually. Michael was nice enough to bring a Halsey buggy out for Thanksgiving. And we went and ran a trail. And it was just magical to watch, this kid just killing it. I mean, his dad would struggle on an obstacle and then he'd come along to see what you're not supposed to do. And he retained it and just went up it like it was nothing. It's pretty neat.
Yeah.
Yep.
So what was it like, when you made the decision, because it ended up that you were letting Coulter run it for a few seasons. What was that like to be like, all right, here, kid, take my buggy and go compete?
It was cool. It was cool to team up with the Brassaninis, and they went over and beyond on promoting Laser Nut by putting Laser Nut on all the buggies and tagging us on all the social media. And we became good friends when we went to Japan and went over there and had a good time with Rich Klein and them. No, I knew the courses, the good thing, I knew the courses that he was going to go on, weren't the hardest, right? I mean, what are they, sportsman courses?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, so I knew the car and I knew how he could drive. So I really didn't really worry about the car getting hurt or damaged or any of that, which he never did. If that's kind of the question you're asking, but
he's kind of got a ringer spotter too. So that's
it's had almost every spotter spotting for him at some point. But I think they've definitely found probably the one.
Yeah, for sure.
And is that Maverick?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, they seem to communicate really well, and he's a good driver too, right?
Oh yeah, he's a hell of a driver, and he's a dad as well, so he gets that. He's got great patience and great communication, and those two just work so well together.
I think that's the other part of it too. You have to have a good spotter. I mean, just look at Jesse Haynes in years. And when I heard Jesse was done, I was like, Chris, go to Michael. Let's, you guys hook up. Let's go.
Yep.
So, and I think Craig Allen now going with, what is it?
Oh yeah,
Chicken Bones.
Nate. Yeah.
Isn't it Chicken Bones or Chicken Wing?
Chicken Wing.
Yeah.
Chicken Wing.
Where's Tacoma at when you need him?
I think there's as long as Craig listens and he could do really well, because I remember him and Randall actually doing quite well, I believe. And then
they can.
It seemed
Yeah, there was
They
that
did
was
good
a
like
team that happened
yeah,
between
they
Craig
did
and
good
Randall.
for one. From what I remember, they did good for one event.
Yeah.
And then it just went sideways for some reason. So
Craig did not go
walkers
stand
were-
in the corner of the course when he was spotting for
Oh,
Randall.
yeah.
That was in at
Yeah,
the
that was
Badlands in Indiana.
Indiana. Randall was driving in Sportsman A in Pretty Penny, and Craig was driving an Unlimited. And but Craig had been spotting for little Craig all year at Sportsman A, and he's like, "You just need to listen. I've done this all year." And at one point, Craig, I think, did just go stand, just like left, stood in the corner, and was like, "Fine, you can do it, whatever."
oh, with Randall?
Yeah.
Yeah, Randall, I love Randall,
Yeah.
but Randall's Randall.
Yes, we do too. I mean, it wasn't quite as fun as the videos that you guys were putting out, the in-car videos. Those were definitely some of my favorites, with you guys working back and forth through courses. It was both very animated and very competitive, for sure.
Yes.
That's for sure. Yes.
We'll have to dig some of those up, and if you guys that are watching happen to find some of those and post in the comments, those are fun.
So how are you guys liking running an event?
We love it. I would rather be competing. We did get the opportunity. Matt Dickey let us drive Brett's car.
Yep, the Caleb car. We ran that at Trail Hero and the one-day WERock event we put on there. So that was an absolute blast to get the chance to be back on course. It definitely, you miss it. You do. We got into the sport because we wanted to compete, but to be now the one, putting it on and creating that space for everybody is definitely such a cool place to be.
Yeah, for sure. I love making sure that we can keep that avenue open. I don't recall. Did you ever make it out to Hannibal, Missouri, for any of the rock crawling events out there?
I don't think so.
I don't think so. But we used to run the WERock series over on the other side of the state, and like most of the regional series, that's all gone away. We're still friends with some of those people, and majority of them are Facebook friends. And that was it was such a great community. When you're competing, we were there easily 4 or 5 times a year with everybody together, and it's just all gone. And definitely miss all those people out there. So to be able to keep, WERock, I feel like we've hit our marks for where we want to be, to not screw things up, and to have things going in the right direction for us right now. We've got more spectators than previous every year, more competitors. So we're very, very happy with how things are going, and we're super excited going into 26. With some new marketing partners coming on, some better judging, some TV opportunities. Man, things are looking really good for us. So we're really excited to be a part of that, not just keeping it alive, but trying to get it back to when, as big as we can get it. So
cool. I haven't done one of those simulator. Is that what it's called? A simulator?
yeah.
What is the future with that?
Yeah. So this season I built a chassis and brought it to every event for everybody to sit in and try out. And then even before building the chassis and building that simulator to bring out, I had been working on just adding WERock courses and hardcore rock crawling to the video game for anybody in the world could have access to it and try it out. And to have, I had somebody, I was doing a trail breaker style event, and I had somebody from Spain that was wanting to compete. Everything I make, I put WERock courses on, try and get anybody to come out and see what we're doing, or see, get a taste of what extreme rock crawling is, even if it's just on the trails, or even competitive rock crawling. I just wanted to bring that to more people, and it's such a cool way to get more people, somebody that may have never known about rock crawling, that to see it and be like, that's what are they doing? That's
so the guy in Spain came here, or he did it in Spain?
He was gonna do it from Spain, so it was an online thing. So any person from anywhere in the world can, hop on and try out WERock courses. I've now got Brown Springs competition area scanned, so you can go drive up Money Pit from anywhere in the world. You can go run the 2025 WERock courses from anywhere in the world on a computer.
Wow, that's so cool. And it'd be cool to, and I don't know if this is even possible, but like have an event, so where you can go on it, go to the course, and then you're competing against all the people that other people, kind of like Fortnite, but not obviously like a group event. But yeah, that'd be bitching.
Yeah, so they've done some online WERock style, where you're sitting in the at the computer, looking in first person out through the window,
just like you would be sitting in the car,
and then you have someone else spotting for you. That is, who knows where in the world they are, but they are spotting from the outside, and so you have that same team aspect of working a car through a course.
And it's cool. Absolutely insane. I was spotting a buddy of mine. He just plays with a controller on a laptop. So he's got just a little, joystick that he's working with, not even a wheel, or anything. But I was spotting him through a course, and he was doing a bonus gate, and I'm like, it looks really good. Like, the car looks stable, like, you're looking really good. Like, just take it easy. It was a big off-camber drop, and he, eventually the car kind of lets go, and he kind of throttles out. And he's like, man, that felt good. Like, it felt stable. And he's like, wait, I can't feel that. But it was, seeing what the car's doing, and then your spotter's telling you, it's so uncanny how much of a
really realistic.
Yeah, you have to, it's not just, nothing's watered down. If you are a good team, if you have a good spotter and a good driver, you will do good in the game. Let's see, this year in Baghdad, Arizona, I had Tracy Jordan hop on the sim. He comes in with the Matrix, and he was letting his daughter drive in Sportsman A, and I'm like, hey, you gotta try this. Like, let's sit down, like the driver. And he sat down in the simulator and drove. Like, he didn't skip a beat on, he just drove. Like, no, this is, the car's doing this. Let's do this. It's doing this. We'll just drive off. Like, there was no, like, if you can drive in real life and you understand it, it translates.
Yeah. One of the cool things actually was at Farmington this year, since we have that 3D scan of the entire comp area, there's if you're looking up towards the springs on the right-hand side, there's another rock outcropping that drops off the other side. No one's ever done anything over there, but he started running a line in the game through those rocks, and Dana
Daniels. I saw him looking at the line Saturday while the event was going on. I'm like, I've been like, this may sound dumb, but I've been running that line in a simulator, and it's a really cool line. Like, you got to really work the car hard, and it's a sketchy line, but I've done it in the game. He's like, yeah. And then, I don't know, maybe an hour later, I looked over, and there was a car in that line. They broke open that line, and I think there's only been 3 or 4 cars to do it now. So it's super cool, just how the car works in the game and how real it is.
Yeah, that's really cool.
So one of the things that we wanted to ask you was, it doesn't necessarily have to be a place that you've competed. But what is your favorite place to wheel, or favorite place that you have had a competition or something like that? It's a very loaded question because they're all so different, which is the best part of traveling the country. Well, and you guys made the tour. What was that? 21?
It was 21. Yeah.
You guys made the entire WERock circuit that year.
I don't think it would be Dayton though, because that was a soupy, muddy mess that you couldn't drive.
Oh my gosh, that was horrible.
Yeah, I'm just thinking.
What is your closest? Well, you're right there in Johnson Valley. That's definitely some of my favorite type of wheeling. I love the big boulder stuff.
I mean, like Johnson Valley, the big boulder stuff is always, I mean, and there's new stuff that they've been opening up and breaking with some big rock, which I haven't done, but that's probably my favorite. Just things over the years. I remember this one time we were down in Texas and it was a man-made course, and I remember Marty Hart literally shooting up the wall, landing, like a motorcycle, and everyone had to do it to be able to get through that course. That was a memorable time with that man-made course.
Yep.
Actually, there's been a few man-made courses over the years that I remember because they were make it and break it's. But I think definitely Johnson Valley for recreation wheeling, and when they used to compete there, was cool. Cougar Buttes, again, recreational wheeling and competing. A lot of rock, a lot of terrain there. I think, no. And then, Sand Hollow is cool to a point. How many cracks can you do? Well, if you like crack. I know Michael Brassanini likes crack.
No, I think he's not a plumber. He's
he's just a
not that kind of builder.
But yeah, I mean, they're all different, man. I mean, they're all different. Goldendale, I hate Goldendale, but it's cool to go up there and be in the trees.
Yes, that part we
went to Avalanche Ranch years ago, and I remember it raining in the afternoon. Moab, Utah. I think the area BFE. We competed there. Did we compete there? I don't know. We've gone all over the place. Even go back to Las Cruces. Back in, you go down to this canyon and there's cows on the side of the canyon, and and there's shitty Mexican food in town. I'm all about food, so I remember those things. But I don't know. I think they all have their different quirks and are cool places out there.
Yeah, Las Cruces is definitely still high up on my list. I have not made it there. It's just one of those historic, places to wheel to, with the Chili Challenge and that. It's just, I don't know. It's just one of those places that I very soon need to get knocked off of my list.
I mean, the Farmington, I remember, Baghdad. I mean, what was that little city in Arizona? Golden Day? No.
Congress. Well, there's Congress.
There's Congress.
What was the other one?
Yeah.
That little tiny town
in Arizona.
Was it Congress?
There was Congress. I don't remember.
There's Baghdad and Congress.
Globe.
Yep.
Yes, Globe.
Yeah, we had Justin Hall just shared some videos. Orville.
Yeah, there was another one of those death-defying walls that these guys would shoot up. I remember Shannon Campbell, I think Justin Hall and a few others would, I'm not going up that, guys. I'll go around that.
Yeah.
You guys are insane.
Randy Cruzy's on. He said, one cool dude. So Randy, thanks for joining us and saying hi. That's a fun place too. I mean, Coutemps, that's one of the reasons that place is a staple on the circuit. Just incredible what you can do on the rock down there.
I was thinking, with all the tech savvy that you have going on, is there a way to make a cone to where you don't have to rely on a judge that a tire hit it, a cone that knows that you touched it or something.
I know. If there is a way, hopefully we can figure it out, because that would be amazing. And honestly, so we're doing a Trailbreaker style event. Actually, we're using the XRA format. So 2 lanes, but over Trailbreaker terrain at area BFE. No flags, no cones. Like, I'm so looking forward to it.
Yeah, that sounds good. I love no flags, no cones.
Right. Just good old fashioned hardcore wheeling. So
where's that going to be?
Area BFE.
Oh, okay.
So we'll be up there with Robert Lucero. And I believe that's going to be Saturday of Easter Jeep Safari. So we're definitely looking forward to that one. That's going to be, I'm excited to put on that format of event for sure. It's something we always struggle with from the WERock side of, we want hard obstacles and we want to do cool stuff because, we're wheelers and drivers and competitors. So we want to do cool stuff and have you guys doing cool things. But then on the other hand, kind of want to set the gate to where if you do run over the cone, at least the obstacle can be completed and you can move on through the rest of the course, versus just being stuck there for 10 minutes. So it's such a hard game. And Caleb has really done a phenomenal job growing into setting amazing courses, because he's doing unlimited, which is running 5 narrow gates, the old 102. Well, it used to be 101. They're now 102.
Cody's favorite 5 gate.
Yes, the 5 gate. And then Pro Trail is running a wider. Yeah. They're 8 inches wider, so it's about 110 inches on those trail cars with 5 gates, and then the 110 inch wide with the drag axle and the Pro Mod,
4 gates,
all on the same course. So he's doing a phenomenal job on challenging everyone, with the courses. So I think he's done a great job with it, and very proud of him. So
good job. How is it? So you guys obviously enjoy working together, your father, son?
Yes. Yeah. I say a lot of dumb stuff, and he understands what I'm trying to say.
Yep. Well,
and so it works well.
Yeah. He spotted for me in Pro Mod in 19, Unlimited in 21. And I had to, it just, he's always spotted me. I was in a buggy at 7, and he was either in the passenger seat when I started, or he was out front spotting. And so hopping on course, it was I would say there was no challenge in, figuring out how to work together. And then, there are times now when I'm setting a course, he'll come over. I'm like, I don't know what to do. Like, I've been looking at this for 15 minutes and I don't know. And he's like, okay, well, what? Then he'll look at it for 10 minutes and I'm like, what do we got? He's like, well, what if you did this? I'm like, well, I thought about that. I can't do it because of this. Then it'll take a little bit longer, and I'm like, all right, I gotta go do something else. Like, you're taking forever. But then he'll come by and be like, well, why don't you just do it like this? And I'm like, makes sense. Like, then move on. So it's been fun.
Cool.
And, we get on site and it's like, all right, I'm gonna go look at rocks. Like, I'm gonna go figure out how I'm fitting 8 courses in here and how I'm doing all the pro and sportsman stuff. And then he'll go and do, either set up, banners and flags, and
just documenting this quote here. I'm going to go look at rocks, Caleb.
Yeah. Well, when 80% of the job that I do is staring at rocks.
Well, rocks won't get you in trouble, so that's good. And it won't cost you money. Well, it'll cost.
Yeah.
I think
I think that's one of my favorite things. Once we get, all the courses laid out and everything put up, and then everybody shows up, either Friday night or Saturday morning, and everybody's out standing on the courses and discussing all the different lines and different strategies. And, it's really fun. I mean, I miss being a part of the strategy side of it, but it is really fun watching all the teams out there putting their strategies together. And
and there's times I'll set a gate where I'm like, I'm not sure. Somebody may figure it out, and if they don't, they don't. But I know somebody will probably be on that gate, and we'll see what they come up with.
Yeah. Oh, we definitely, when we're setting, a gate, there's a lot of times that we're sitting out there trying to figure out how we're going to drive this line. And I'm like, hey, we should probably get back to work because that's not our job. Our job is just to put the cones out. We're like, well, you could do this and you could do that.
Yeah. And it's like, well, we'll figure it out.
What's the holdback possibilities in the future to have an event in like Cougar Buttes or or King of the Hammers area?
So we had somebody reach out to us last year. I'm not exactly sure. I mean, he's not far from you. He said he had private property there, with rock formations on it. And he reached out to us and I said, yes. I said, let me know, where it's at. We'll get out there and check it out. And then I didn't get his information and he has just ghosted me. But, I would love to get out there and do something. I don't know what, King of the Hammers has done with the BLM. I think the expectations as to, them versus what we can do might be a little disproportionate, but I'm willing to definitely try and figure out how to make that happen out there. Because again, I mean, Cougar Buttes, I remember watching videos of the old Cow Rocks and that out there. Like that's a really cool area.
Yeah, well, there's desert race every other weekend out in that same area. So I mean, they're doing it one way or another. So it would be interesting to know how they're doing it by getting the permits and what they're charging and whatnot to see if it is feasible to do that out here. I do know a guy in the Temecula area that does have some land. I went and did some rocks a year ago. I'm sorry, I went to his property and crawled on his rocks. He just needs to clear. There needs to be some more clearing. There's a lot of brush and trees and stuff, but there is potential. I don't know if it'd be enough for holding a WERock event. And so you never know. But
we'd definitely love to check it out for sure. So it's it was so amazing to be able to go back to Reno this year. And just I love that part of it. But Cedar City, just everything works so well there. Working with the county and not having to deal with BLM. We have campgrounds on site. Like all of that stuff is so amazing. But we've been on the same rocks for so many years that, as a wheeler, I want to put tire tracks on a new rock versus the same one over and over again. So, that's always a battle for me as well, as I want to satisfy that challenge and not just show up and run the same rock over and over again too. Yeah. So we're looking at trying to clear some more rocks in Cedar for this season. So we'll see if we can make that happen. But yeah, I'm always.
Do they allow event like your event in the Sound Hollow rocks?
I'm sure they would. It blows my mind that, because we've kind of been looking for something in that area that we could do in conjunction with Trail Hero, where we could have a full-blown WERock event in the area. And I mean, everywhere you look out there is absolutely amazing, but we really haven't been able to find any access to something that's maybe county owned or Sitla land or private property or something like that would, be able to work for us, unfortunately. But we're always looking for sure.
Beatty, Nevada, that was another rock crawl. Those rocks are nasty. That I remember that as little podunk town going to that rock crawl.
Was that some
wild.
of the? I don't remember. I think I remember the name, but was that some of that super sharp Nevada rock there?
Oh yeah, it was. I mean, you look at it, it would slice your tire. It was. Yeah, it was wild.
I know that you've got campsites open there at Laser Town coming up for King of the Hammers. What's going on for you during King of the Hammers week? What's the Laser Nut vehicles all up to?
Well, yeah, I'm pretty much a campground manager during King of the Hammers. I water the dirt and make sure no one, sets the dumpster on fire and no one, people stay safe. So yeah, we do offer camping at Laser Town for a fee during the King of the Hammers from January 22nd to February 8th. If anyone's interested, let me know. It isn't cheap. It isn't too expensive, but if you want a safe place to camp, hit me up. What we're doing for King of the Hammers this year is we're going to run the 4400 Ultra 4 Laser Nut Low C car again. This will be year 10, believe it or not. And Dan Fresh and Mike Johnson will be driving it. He did really well last year. Woulda, shoulda, coulda. If we didn't have 2.5 hours of downtime, we would have got third place. So this year we're gonna give it another shot and see how we do. Other than that, that's pretty much it for King of the Hammers. And next
you
year,
guys have always been, I mean, right there on the last lap. It's always something silly.
Cameron did really well until the car, couldn't move forward anymore. It takes Cameron did good, but the car is a very it's not a UFO Joe Thompson built car. It has to be delicately handled to a point, and you got to be careful with it in the rocks and the desert. So Dan, I feel, is the going to be the man to get it to the finish line to give us a good finish.
Yeah, Dan
if everything
and Mike are amazing. That's an amazing crew right there to pilot that car.
Yeah, if everything goes well, hopefully we can get up, in the top spot, and then hopefully I can sell it for $1 million and recoup some money.
Yeah. It's been so close, so many years though. It's heartbreaking for us. Being a fan from our side, I couldn't imagine being a car owner or driver and all of that, and trying to do
it's been wild. I remember one year I had it on the screen because I stay at my house. I have the live coverage on the screen. I'm monitoring the computer of where they are. Had the the CB or whatever, the radio going, and they were literally 28 miles from the finish. They did everything. They were coming down Dead Blow or King's Graveyard or whatever it was, and like, he's in first. He has a 30-minute lead. We got it. And I'm like, man, should I start going to Hammertown to be at the stage?
Yeah.
And sure enough, I look back up. I'm like, oh yeah, we're done.
Was that
so I told myself, I'm never going to the stage. If they finish really well, I'm still not going. I'll just stay at Laser Town and we'll party once they get here. But it's the journey, not the destination. I tell myself that every day. It's just, what else you gonna do? You gonna sit on the couch and count your money and do nothing, or are you gonna go out and enjoy life and have fun and have stories to tell, to your kids or your grandkids and all that. So I still enjoy the racing part of it. There's a goal to win, and that's our goal. We come 150% every time and give it all we got, and we'll see how it goes this year.
Well, we'll definitely be rooting for you. Will you have the bonfire this year?
Yeah, actually, we had a really good year. So all the pallets that come from Laser Nut, that's the material that's delivered on the pallets. So we have 24 stacks of pallets that are 10-foot tall. So 24 10-foot tall stacks of pallets, 5 foot by 10 foot. So we can actually have 3 fires. So I have a new location because we have the extra 40 acres. We have 80 acres now. So I have a new safe location to where no one's going to get, if the wind comes up or whatnot, it's going to catch anyone on fire. So my goal this year will be to have a fire during the trophy truck weekend. And then obviously the last day of the Ultra 4, depending on wind, obviously. We did set a bunch of pallets on fire about 4 months ago, and there was a breeze, and then it turned into a very strong wind. And I have learned, I thought it'd be cool to be a firefighter. No, fighting fires is stupid. I put 14,000 gallons of water on the fire to finally get it out, and it still wasn't out. So it's when a fire gets going, it's hard to stop.
Oh man, yeah, that's crazy. Well, so anybody that wants to support the bonfire at LaserNut just needs to send a quote to info@lasernut.com and make sure you're keeping material running through those lasers.
Yeah, keeping material running through the lasers. And then the future, which I guess we should touch on for racing, is I really feel this is the last year. If we do well, that'd be great. If we don't, we gave it all the effort we could. But I don't know. I say this every year, but I've never said it before a race. So I feel this is kind of the last year, and I really want to go, desert racing. I'm going to try to drive, not try. I'm going to drive.
There you
and we'll see how that goes with the whole motion sickness thing. And yeah, I have a truck. I've had it for years, and I've been asked a million times when we're going to go race it. And I think it's time. I don't want to doing both. It's expensive, so it's either one or the other, and that's what we're thinking of doing.
Awesome. Craig just chimed in and said that you're his hero, so I'll pass that along to you. Thanks for watching, Craig.
It must not be Craig Allen, is it?
Yeah.
Oh.
And you can talk Cody into maybe making that G-Spec purchase, or if you could drive it better at Johnson Valley, maybe Cody would think it's an even better car. That's probably the issue.
It's a cool car. It sits really low.
Yeah.
I mean, the center of gravity is really low. So I think like for Sand Hollow and stuff like that, longer wheelbase, wider, it's a perfect car. But in Johnson Valley, being that it sits so low, same with the Iron Man, the Jeff McKinley car. Brad Sanini had that out there. Bitchin' car, sits really low.
Yeah.
But I think it's just a traditional, not traditional, right? Whatever you want to call it, buggy, not so low, works pretty darn good in Johnson Valley.
Yeah, you got a lot of breakover rock out there with sharp edges and that, where Sand Hollow and you get in that sandstone, and you don't have that sharp breakover angle that you do out there.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's one of the draws of rock crawling is there's not one formula. There's not one thing that's going to do everything, well. There's things built for sandstone and the big cracks. There's, competition buggies. There's all sorts of different builds, and each of them have a place.
Yeah, and I guess the other thing is, again, the G-Spec buggy is badass, but Craig's like broken every part in it. So, it must not be the driver, but
Yeah, I thought Cam was hard on stuff, but I guess Craig's stepping up now, huh? Texas is absolutely brutal on stuff. There's no doubt about that. So, all right. Well, we have definitely running long as usual, but absolutely enjoy hanging out and talking to you. We're still up in the air on, we're trying to get the simulator out to KOH this year. So we're not sure what that looks like yet. So there may be a chance that I may end up out there. I don't know. So if I do, I will make sure we come stop by Lasertown and say hello. And once again, I just want to say thank you for all the support that you give WERock. We really appreciate that, and it sure makes our lives infinitely easier knowing we have your support. So thank you for that.
Well, I appreciate you guys letting me support you guys, and I love to support, all the rock crawlers out there and all the people in off road. It's been amazing to be able to have my hobby turn into my work. And if you do what you love, you love what you do. So I have to pinch myself every once in a while. So it's cool. It's really neat, and I've been having fun with it, and yeah, it's been good. And thank you guys. You've been easy to work with. James doesn't complain that you don't get back to him, or you need it in within a week, like other organizations out there. So keep up that good work. And like I said, we're looking at a UV printer, which I think is going to be a game changer. I mean, you'll be able to, instead of put a wrap on that, you can print anything you want, any color, and it's pretty neat. So
Yeah.
we'll see. I still have to. I haven't even. My buddy told me about it, and he bought one for his company, and I still have to look into it. But it seems pretty reasonable, and it get away from sending out to get anodized, because anodizing is an outside cost, and we might be able to justify getting that machine and putting that funds that went to anodizing into the UV printer.
Yeah, that's going to be awesome. Cool. I can't wait to see. I mean, technology and everything is, just keeps getting cooler and cooler. So thanks so much for taking time out of your evening, your afternoon out there. Really appreciate it. And we'll talk very soon.
Okay. Thanks, guys.
All right. Take care. Oh, man, that such a good dude. Definitely going to be pulling for the Laser Nut team. Dan and Mike, that amazing drivers, both in their own right, and very mechanical, which I think, I hope they don't need to work on that car this year. But it's so specialized that.
Yeah, but also knowing the mechanics of it to take care of the car.
Yeah.
That's a really important aspect as a driver at KOH.
Yep. So, all right, guys, thanks for tuning in. Such a blast to hang out with Cody, and such a great dude. So appreciate his time. Have a very Merry Christmas, a safe New Year, and happy holidays for anything else that you guys, whatever you practice. We definitely wish you the happiest of holidays. We will be back. It will be the Wednesday after New Year's. We are headed out to do some wheeling, and then we'll be back in time to do our very first WERock live for 2026. So yeah, super excited. We got a lot of stuff to cover as time is now getting short. We're 2 months away from kicking off the 2026 season. If you guys have a company that you would like to see on the backdrop here, make sure you let us know. Huge shout out to Laser Nut, Maxxis Tires, Metal Cloak Suspension, Brannick Motorsports, Behemoth Drivetrain, Carnage Welders, Crown Automotive,
Spider Tracks Off-Road, Raceline Wheels, Drive Shaft Specialist of San Antonio, Tire-Eye, and Axle Helmets.
All right. You guys have a wonderful holiday, and be safe, and